All right, let's do this. Another CSS battle, another day. Okay, it's like a robot face, dot and dashes. Okay, let's get into it. Let's actually open it up. I'm thinking, because it's like, this could be a border right here, just border bottom, and that'll handle that. And then these could be a linear gradient to make all of those. And I could technically make this a radial gradient. Ooh, what if the HTML had a radial gradient that was sized so that it repeated like this? It's tricky to do, but you can do it. But it might be simpler to just make an element, but then you got to do border radius and everything. All right, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a radial gradient on the HTML element, our first element, to make the circles. And then we're going to do size the body so that a border bottom can be like that. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. Okay, so background. Let's start putting this together. Radial gradient. That 1Q, like always. And then we're going to say it is not a pure white. We're going to get that color code, and we're going to say 50 pixels. And then we're going to throw in the purple and hit a 0. Okay, so that's actually not too many characters to make. If you factor in border radius and padding and everything, it kind of evens out. And since I can make both without like a box shadow, I think it's a pretty decent way to approach things. Is that about the right size? Okay. Let's go at, no, 50 pixels by 50%. No, it's not even in the middle, so let's say 100 pixels. Oh, let's give it a space. There we go. All right, we'll probably change the unit of measurement so we have fewer characters here. You know, so I'm not 3 digits. What can I do? Let's see what 10 VW. Keep it 2 digits, you know? 30. Let's leave the diff on. Ooh, that's pretty close. That's too far, and if I have to do 30.5 to get it, yeah, that's, so we might as well just do pixels at that point. 120 pixels. All right. 25, 24, 22. Yep. And let's bring this up a little bit. 90, 92. All right. Whenever I don't put margin on the HTML, it's always weird. Margin 0 on the HTML element. I think there's a natural margin of like 12 pixels, so it's always weird numbers. So now what I have to do is I have to make the size of the background image, because we have background position for the first thing. Is it going to overwrite? Yeah, I got to put something there. And then we put in a slash, break it, and then let's say the size is 200 pixels. Oh, hey, we almost got it. That made it real easy. And what we're getting is the background repeat that's happening here. So if we shorten that to 180, 170, 160, ooh, it's moving. Oh, we got issues. Okay. Yeah, it's moving, but now it's too small to fit. 20 by 200. Okay. And it disappears because it has no, what's the vertical? Vertical is 300. Okay. 10, 290. No, I don't need that. I think there's a way to do this. There's a way to do this. And 140, 150. Okay. Okay. So it has to be 152 pixels. Oh, because of the edge of the screen. What if If we added padding, that might fix it. Oh, hold on. New idea. I think I'm not just seeing the HTML element with the background. I am seeing the body too, and it's throwing me off. Okay, there we go. That's the HTML element. We overwrit the body so that we can get this right. Better. Ah, man. 110? Nope. Let's say 130. And this is 100. Perfect. Okay. Now we can say this is 140. Yeah. So it's 140 pixels over. But it can't just be 140 pixels wide. It has to be more than that. But then when it repeats... Okay. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to remove this. There we go. Okay, because I think that positioning was what was making the sizing weird. And we're going to use this over here. There we go. Okay, now we're shifting it, and we're going to say 0. That doesn't do anything. Negative 50 pixels. Boom. Okay, so this, I got to leave the space. Okay, 40, 30, 60. Ah, look at that. What do you know? Okay, and then if I actually change this to 160, 170, we might be able to... Oh, it does. I got to keep this at the 140. Okay, all right. Now these... I mean, honestly, no, that won't work. I thought of putting a border on it to cover it. Okay, so if I do a linear gradient, how do I cover those two edge circles to hide them? I think what I can do... I know what I can do. We're going to say a border, right? Because I have to do a border on this anyways. 30 pixels solid, right? Oops. And we're going to make it purple. And we're going to set our margin. I have to do this anyway, so our top and bottom is going to be like 50 pixels. All right. That's too much, obviously. And then 0. All right. I'm going to put the background to not that so I can get my sizing right. Say 40 pixels. There we go. Now, top needs to be more like 38. 39? That looks pretty good. We'll see in a moment. And then... Oh. All right. 40. All right. Okay. So we're setting the sides with the border, and then top and bottom we're setting with margin. I do need the 0. Yes, I do. Right, to set left and right. Okay, now I can write the border bottom. I gotta do... Can I just say this and then just input a color? Or do I have to... I can do that. Oh no, I can't. That's I'm looking at the wrong thing here. Okay. I have to say border bottom color. There's a lot of characters and then specify. I gotta do no border on the sides. So watch what happens if I do 0 pixels. And then I say a border bottom 40 pixels. Width. There, now I get an even block. Okay, so my idea is not working without declaring each one individually. I can't just, I'll get that weird triangle if I don't just having the border bottom. See, like, other than the solid, I'm not even using this now. Okay, so I know I want the border bottom color that, and I know that's okay. And then we can say border dash style solid. Okay, so I know I want that at least. Let's bring this up. That look right? That looks right for now. It's a weird little angle going on right there with the 0 pixel border on the sides. Doesn't that look odd? Why does it have an angle? Huh. Okay. We'll deal with that. Let's see what happens when you give that a... Yeah, it has an angle. I have a width of... Alright, so I need a new plan. And I think what my new plan is going to be is I'm going to add an element. That is the easiest thing to do. Alright, let's get rid of this border. This border just ain't working. That was a failure. Okay, the body is going to have a background of this white color, right? Close that off. All right, let's move it into position. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna make the body this bottom bar. That's it. So the top's gonna be like 170. The bottom is gonna be like 40 pixels. There we go. 60, 70. Good. All right. And then this is gonna be 200. Nope. 90. All right, and you are going to be 30, 40. All right, that's done. I'll get the background shifted in just a moment. I can fix that because we're positioning it anyways with this. So, you know, let's just, you know, move it around, right? There, easy enough. Okay, we're gonna add an element. It's gotta be done. I mean, we're getting greedy here, trying to make things work. Just the border, but let's just do an element so we can end this quickly. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna make the p tag a little box. I'm gonna position it fixed so it's easy to move around. Padding, we're doing 30 and 15, and the background can inherit, which is perfect. It's not showing up yet. Let's see. Oh, margin is 0. There you are. I see you now. Maybe 20. Okay. We obviously need to make this bigger. Not 25. Maybe 20. There we go. All right. Now we can move it around. 50. Nope. 10. Nope. 0. There we go. Negative 80. 100. 120. Okay. It's coming together, guys. Just watch. It's just a few box shadows now. We're going to put... I want the color to be white. And then I'm going to need a couple purple ones. So, ooh, I wonder if this is a good time. Okay. Var. Do the function. We're going to name it. It's going to be the background. And then we're going to hit comma, and we're going to state the value for the background. So we're doing this, and then do that. No, there's no point in doing that because I have to state the other color. Yeah, no, it won't work. The cascade won't work for this. Never mind. So I could redeclare the variable, but what'll end up happening, it'll just be more characters because we're in the same element. I can't change it in the cascade and reassign color in another element with a new variable value. Box shadow. Let's go. We're going to go 100 pixels and 0. Perfect. We just need to move it over a little bit. 120, 140. There we go. And that makes the math real easy for this. It's going to be 280 pixels and 0. Boom. Okay, not a period. Let's do a comma. Now we're going to go negative 40 pixels and 0. And we're going to give it a color. And then 280, let's go 320 pixels and 0 and a color. Oh, the color. There we go. I don't like those 2 extra box shadows. Feel like I could have gotten more elegant with the gradient, maybe, and saved on that. But, or, you know, at that point, the gradient probably isn't the best because I had to do box shadows. Now, if I had just done circles for that instead, I bet I could have saved myself some grief. I'm not going back and fixing it at this point. It's just fun to discuss strategy. So circles for an element would have been the better way to go. A gradient, probably kept the p tag for, I like that, but instead of doing a gradient where I do one block, because I'd have to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 color stops. So that gets real verbose real quick. The body for the bottom bar, I mean, I wish border worked. Might have worked if I hadn't been messing with those other things. I don't know. This is where we ended up. 239. It's good enough. Good enough for the daily challenge. Let's see. Are there any battles? Oh, we got 2 more. 2 more to do. I'm just going to look at these. I'm not actually going to do the solution. Okay. This is cool because, yeah, this is actually really simple. I think I'd do 1 element, or 2 elements here, 1 on each, and it'd be like a p tag, and then I'd do the WebKit box reflect to get these other half done, and this is just a box in the middle. So that could be, that could just be, I guess that's the body right there, and then 2 p tags. Is there a better way to do that? Because this radius on the 2 sides, you just say border radius, and then you put in what radius you want and then do a 0. Because you can do the top, right, bottom, left, but when you do the 2 characters, it does the opposite corners on it. So that makes it real easy. Okay. Alright, so I have a plan for that one. I think that's what'll work. We'll find out. I'm not going to actually do these on the stream, just because it just feels like it's more of a competitive thing, and I'd rather, you know, everyone get the chance to compete. Okay, this is simple. This is border. Oh man. I think outline, you can't specify one side of an outline being a different color, because it'd be great if you do border and outline. But I think I just got to do a radial gradient to make this, and then it has a border, and one side you just say transparent or whatever, and then this bar, oh, that is interesting because it disappears here and then it shows up there. That's cool. I mean, honestly, I think the way to do that is make the bar the, yeah, the bar is going to be that's going to be the body. That's got to be the body. That becomes the bar, and then a p tag has to be this, because then it can just sit underneath everything. And you can say the yellow color, and then the blue color, and then this border is transparent, so that shows up underneath. And I think that would work. Yeah, I think that would work. Okay, cool. I'm gonna knock those out real quick. I wonder where I stand so far on this. Let's see. I was like ranked 19 last week when I looked. Ooh, I've dropped. I've dropped a bit. Where am I? Okay, well, I know I'm not that high. Ooh, I've only spent like 15 minutes each on these as a disclaimer. Okay, I'm not even on the board. Oh, they've all done 4 targets. Of course I'm not on the board. Oh, yay! I just made it. 143. Oh, I didn't just make it. I'm at 143, but with just 2 targets. So let's see where I get at 4 targets. And that'll be fun. Cool.